So as you guys probably already know, but I've been making a crazy amount of money these last couple of months. I think I made over like $30,000. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I use. And it's very simple, doesn't take more than 30 minutes a day, as well as give you guys some of my key lessons and takeaways for this month that hopefully you can implement into your own trading as well. Now let's get right into it. In today's video, I'm going to show you my P&L and payouts so that you know you can trust me, unlike a lot of other creators who simply just show strategies but you don't know if they actually work because they haven't proven that they executed themselves. And I'm going to expose my stupid simple strategy later in the video that even like a 5-year-old could do it. And this strategy that I'm using has been around since the 1960s. So it's been around for decades and it's been proven to work. And if this strategy has worked for a long time, then why can't it work for you and me? So getting right into the P&L, you can see for the month of October 2025 and November 2025, absolutely crazy, almost all green across the board. And you can also see that I put a couple of my payouts, one from Apex and one from Top Step on here as well. So my biggest tip is to use Top Steps or just having a set personal daily loss limit. So basically, for example, if you set your personal daily loss limit to minus $1,000, if you reach negative $1,000 while you're trading, your broker or Top Step's automatically going to kick you out of the trade at a loss of $1,000 and lock you out for the rest of the day. This means on any given day, you're only going to lose at most $1,000. This way, you can stop yourself from over trading and blowing up your accounts. And then secondly, I would also want to use the lockout feature. And after you take 1 to 2 wins per day, then just close out of your trading software or out of Top Step and just completely lock your account. By locking in the wins and preventing large losing days where you could potentially blow up, you can maximize your profit, and then you can end up with consistency and see months that are almost all green, just like these. So I think my next point is that trading is not rocket science. For some reason, most people who go into trading want to make it extremely complex and add all of these random BS concepts and try to make themselves feel better or feel they're more in control of the market. But actually, in reality with trading, less is more. The less you trade, the more you make. And the less you complicate trading, the more simple it'll be and the more money you'll make. And this is exactly why it seems impossible to crack the code of trading. I only use one simple strategy and trade at the exact same time every day. And this is how I'm able to achieve a very high win rate and win over 70 to 80% of the time without stressing. You can also see on my channel that I've also shown videos where I make over $2,000 in just 1 minute day trading with this simple strategy. So another key point I want to make is that hopping between different trading strategies and trading concepts is not going to lead you to consistent wins. If you're trying to trade ICT, price action, order flow, and honestly just learn all these random different things and not just focus on one singular thing, you're not going to get consistent wins. If you actually stick to one thing, backtest it properly, and actually learn in depth how to trade it, then that's how you're going to be able to reach large winning months. So I want you guys to stop learning the BS trading content and nonsense strategies, because I'm going to show you the exact strategy that's made me profitable and has literally changed my life. And I've already done all the heavy lifting, right? I've backtested it for over 3 years in the market. And this is the exact strategy that I used every single day that makes me over $10,000 every single month. And with scale, right? If you have stacked funded accounts, obviously this can be way more. So the strategy that I trade is called the orb, the open range breakout. So all you do is mark out the first 15 minutes highs and lows. And so if we look from 9:30 to 9:45, right, you want to draw the first 15-minute high and low. So if we draw a box like this and go until 9:44, we can see our high is here at 9:30. And if we draw the high of the box within this time, we can see it is around 9:39. And we can just drag this box across. And right, you're going to have our orb high and our orb low. As well, as we want to draw our orb midline, which is represented by this white line. Now, I have an indicator that marks out these levels automatically for me, so I don't have to draw them every single morning. And I'll leave the link to this in the description if you guys want it as well. Or you can look up orb Feng features on TradingView. But now we can see at 9:45, we have our orb high and orb low. Now there's two ways to trade this. The first one is to trade into one of these levels. So for example, here we can see we are kind of bearish and trending downwards on the smaller time frame. And right, all we have to do is follow the trend. So here we're moving downwards, and you can just go ahead and do a short, right? Place your stop in an area that makes sense. For me, I like to have a 4-point stop loss on ES futures, and then take profit you can have at 1-to-1 risk to reward, or you can put it at the orb low, just like this. And if we let this play out, you can see the orb low has been hit. Now, what actually happens when we hit either the orb high level or the orb low level? There are two things that can happen. The first is that it can reverse and it'll start reacting off this level kind of as support, and it will want to reach for either the orb midline or reach for the orb high. So that's the first option, right? It could reverse off the level. The second option is that it could break under the level and actually start trending, continue trending in that direction. So, right, in this case, if it broke down and started trending downwards, we look for shorts. And if we got a reversal off this level, then we look for longs. Well, you might be asking, Eric, how do you know if it's going to reverse and start going up or continue and break down under? This is why we need to wait for confirmation. So if you just wait the next couple of 1-minute candles out, you can see how the market reacts to the level. If we immediately reject and print a large green candle, maybe create a bullish fair value gap or inverse a previous bearish fair value gap, then that's showing signs of reversal, and we want to target longs. Now, if we create a large candle down, something like this, and even left behind a bearish fair value gap, right, then you can look for shorts for continuation. But we can see what happens off of this level. Looks like we have a move upwards initially, but still not great confirmation. We want something that's very clear here. Now we break above this high. Now we have large displacement to the upside. So we're reacting very nicely off this orb level. So this is giving us signs of reversal. So if we want to take another trade, for example, then we can go ahead and long like this. Maybe do a 4-point stop loss, which is usually what I like to do, right? Go ahead and buy. We can target the orb high, have a stop loss of 4 points. Or for a take profit, if you want to, you can have a 1-to-1 risk to reward as well. And we can see if we let this play out, it reaches for a 1-to-1 R and also reaches out for orb high. And then again, guys, rinse and repeat. Look, we reached the orb high now, right? And we know two things can happen from this level. It's going to either continue trending upwards, right? We're in an uptrend right now. It'll break out and continue trending upwards, or it's going to reverse. How do we know which one's going to do? We wait for confirmation. We want the market to tell us what to do. We don't want to be the one telling the market what to do. We want to see what the market wants to give us. So all we're going to do is be patient and see what happens. So it looks like the market is inching upwards, but we failed to create a fair value gap, a bullish fair value gap. Now here, even though we create a bullish fair value gap, right, this is not with displacement. We can see here as well, we inverse this bullish fair value gap. So where do we think it's going to go next, right? If we're bearish, right, and it's reversing off this level, where's the next obvious target? Well, the next obvious target is orb mid or orb low. So we can see how the rest of this plays out. And we can see we tap orb mid, right? If you're trading a 1-to-1 risk to reward, you could have hit that. and boom. Eventually, right, we can see how we test this level multiple times, but we never actually are able to displace higher, which is why we would look for reversal at this level. And where's the next obvious target? It would be orb low, or you can look for other places of sell side or obvious lows. So for example, this low that we created from the original first orb break, right? And we just play out how the rest of this day goes. Look, we hit this level, hit this orb low level, and then start pushing upwards, and then go into orb high. And then once we hit orb high, right, we racked off of it and come down and hit orb low. So it's really just that simple. Just trade those two key levels. You only need one trade a day. And that one trade, that 4 or 5 point move on ES, or maybe like 20 to 30 points on NQ, that's the trade that can make you thousands of dollars in a single trade. So while you're trading and when you're looking for reactions off the orb high and the orb low, I would look at the 1 minute chart and make sure, any continuation or reversal is extremely obvious. Like if the trade is not obvious, then do not take it, because then you're going to be trading fake outs. So if you guys want the full 8-page PDF as well as a strategy mirror board and access to my free indicator, I'm going to leave a link in the description of this YouTube video where you can find it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.